Man walking on the beach is mind blown by what he sees coming out of this strange object. Some man who noticed a spherical object on the beach of Nakadoke's lake didn't realize at first that it was the debris of the space shuttle Columbia. He was just walking on the beach and came closer to the strange object. When he tried to look inside the hole in the spherical object, some weird creature wanted to come out, but then went back inside. If you're enjoying our videos, be sure to like and subscribe. Also, hit that little bell icon to be notified every time we post a new video. The man didn't have enough time to record it as it disappeared very quickly. So, the guy didn't have any proof of what he saw. Possibly it was some creature from the lake that was hiding in the sphere. But whatever it was, it really scared the man and he ran away from the tank. This piece of the Space Shuttle Columbia was found in the lake in 2011. The piece, which has been submerged since the shuttle blew up over East Texas in 2003, was slowly revealed as the water level at Lake Nakadoke's dropped due to the ongoing drought. NASA confirmed that the spherical object was a round aluminum power reactant storage and distribution tank from Columbia, which disintegrated over Texas as it re-entered Earth's atmosphere near the end of a 16-day science mission. 7 astronauts were killed in the disaster. They were honored posthumously with the highest award given within NASA, the Congressional Space Medal of Honor. One day after the Space Shuttle Columbia disintegrated in the sky, a NASA official said remains from all 7 astronauts had been found, while another official voiced hope that hidden data on computers would shed light on what caused the disaster. The unfolding disaster was visible in the skies over Texas and on images captured by a weather satellite. A red streak on the satellite image appeared to be the shuttle coming apart. Debris began to fall 40 miles to the ground. The shuttle may have actually started breaking up farther west as it passed over California. 2 photographers were taking pictures of the reentry through a telescope. They saw what appeared to be a giant flare. Millions watched in horror as television captured the image of the shuttle trailing smoke and shedding debris above the Earth while traveling at 12,000 miles an hour. In Texas, people heard sonic booms and felt the shockwave from its breakup. Nakadoke's police informed NASA after the 4-foot-wide sphere was found sitting in mud on the north side of the local lake and sent pictures for identification. NASA engineers who work on the shuttle's power reactant storage and distribution systems were able to confirm the piece belonged to Columbia. Giannilli, the project manager for the Columbia research, said that the tank did not hold any hazardous materials, but could have sharp edges. In space, the super cold chemicals stored inside the tanks powered the shuttle's fuel cells to generate electricity for the spacecraft. All the shuttles have several tanks built into their fuselages, and Columbia carried an extra set in its payload bay, so it could stay in space longer than usual for the research flight. The piece was one of 18 tanks on the shuttle that stored super-cold liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen. The spherical tank was eventually shipped back to Kennedy Space Center, where NASA stores all the collected debris from Columbia in a climate-controlled area in the giant vehicle assembly building. Searchers recovered more than 84,000 pieces of the shuttle during the recovery operation. Between 38 and 40% of Columbia has been recovered in the 8 years since the disaster. The rest either burned up during the re-entry disaster or is still scattered across East Texas and Louisiana. All of the recovered pieces are stored under climate-controlled conditions and out of public view. Some have been used by forensic analysts and scientists at institutions around the world to learn more about how spacecraft materials react during atmospheric re-entry and at hypersonic speeds. Each piece was numbered and cataloged to help investigators piece together the shattered spacecraft like a giant jigsaw puzzle in the search for clues to its demise. And the geographical location at which each piece was found was plotted using GPS technology. Divers assisted the search at the time, scouring lakes for Columbia relics, while horses, tractors, and 4-wheel drive vehicles were called on to haul larger pieces from where they fell. Among the wreckage, remains of some of the astronauts were also recovered. Nakadoke's, a community of 33,000 people that touts itself as the oldest town in Texas, was essential to the search operation. However, local authorities are reminding people that all debris that is found is government property. Many people in 2003 recovered pieces of the broken shuttle, in some cases even from their own backyards. But taking these items is still illegal. Several purported pieces of debris were listed on the online auction site eBay in the hours after the disaster, but the site later pulled them down. The 2003 disaster was traced back to a hole that was punched into one of Columbia's wings by a piece of debris from its fuel tank during launch, according to the findings of a review board that investigated the accident. The hole rendered the orbiter unable to withstand the intense heat of re-entry, causing the vehicle to disintegrate. Following the catastrophe, NASA upgraded equipment and processes to protect against a similar failure. All post-Columbia shuttles flew with external tanks that had been redesigned to diminish the amount of debris from their insulating foam that fell off during liftoff. The Columbia accident was the second disaster in the history of the 30-year Space Shuttle program. It followed the 1986 destruction of the Shuttle Challenger and its crew. Exceptionally cold weather at Challenger's Florida launch site that day caused a failure in an O-ring seal on one of the shuttle's solid rocket boosters that ultimately pulled apart the vehicle.
Alright, Top 5ers, if you haven't already, make sure to visit our other channel, The Brilliant, for even more interesting list videos that'll blow your mind. Oh, but I'm warning you, the videos over on The Brilliant are extremely addicting to watch as well. There'll be a link in the description to the channel, so make sure to come and visit us. Or you can go to our latest video popping up on screen right now. Oh, and have you visited TheFinestPost.com to enjoy the most amazing articles you will ever get to read?